Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a hardcover this time, not of Marvel, not of DC, but Star Trek. These are the classic UK comics from England. This is by IDW Publishing, presenting them here in the United States. I don't think they've ever been reprinted over here. This seems to be a first. Now, this is not a new release. This is volume 1 of the complete series from 1969 to 1970. The book is still available on Amazon. Not too badly priced for a hardcover, if you'd like to get one. I decided to do this because I had some interest expressed in doing a review of some Star Trek and Star Wars, so I thought I'd start with this. Here's the front cover. Here's the spine. Like I say, it tells you volume 1, what years. Here's the back, and as it says, finally, after decades of obscurity, the rare UK comic books from 1969 and 1970 are collected for the first time. So, this is the first time you'll have seen these. Got a nice dust jacket here. There is no writing on the front. If you look on the side, it does have the title and everything, kind of in a silver embossment. I'll just put this back where it goes. It's a nice dust jacket. It's got kind of made a nice paper, quality paper. It's got kind of a soft feel to it. There's even a ribbon so you can bookmark your place that you've read. This retails for $50. You can buy it for $50. I think online, I've looked on Amazon, I think you can pick up one for $60, maybe $10 more than this. So it's old, but it's still reasonably priced, still readily available. I'd say if you want one, pick one up before it goes out of print, and then you won't be able to get one, at least not for normal prices. Got some artwork here. There's the splash page. Now this is interesting. This is from 1969-1970, but this font that they're using is from Star Trek The Motion Picture, which came out in the late 70s. So it's kind of surprising they used that. This is, like I said, presented to us by IDW Publishing and the Library of American Comics. We've got a foreword here talking about how this was a weekly strip in UK comics. They had some in their Joe 90 weekly comic. Here's some advertisements for freebies that you can collect with Star Trek. Here's a table of contents. This is from Joe 90 Top Secret Weekly. In England at the time, unlike America, comics came out weekly, and they were usually serialized, not glossy cover with newsprint like we're used to over here that came out monthly. So it starts off with strips from the Joe 90 Weekly in January of 1969 and continues into TV 21 and the Joe 90 Weekly. And then it goes into TV 21 Weekly, which for fans of Jerry Anderson, he is the British man responsible for the likes of Supercar and Thunderbirds, Joe 90 obviously, Terrahawks, Captain Scarlet, Space 1999, UFO. There's a plethora of programs that he created. As a kid, I really enjoyed Thunderbird, Space 1999. I wanted to see the other shows and did not get to see them till I was an adult. To me, he was like the British version of Gene Roddenberry, doing something very cool with sci-fi. And so as an American with British roots, I thought Gene Roddenberry and Jerry Anderson were just awesome. I enjoyed them both. I thought they were great guys. The artwork is kind of what you'd expect from the 1960s. You got to remember, when you read these stories, they came out like 6 months before the TV show started, so I don't think the writers and artists really knew what to look for in the show. For example, here's Starship Enterprise landing on some planet somewhere, and they're all just kind of piling out. We've never seen Starship Enterprise do that. It's always been docked in space and never seen it land on Earth. Any of you Star Trek fans out there know if that's possible in Star Trek canon? I just don't know. The binding's a nice binding, but there is a problem. And you should be aware of it before you decide to make a purchase. It's good quality paper, nice paper stock. Like I say, it's a nice hardcover book, but the problem is gutter loss. And what do I mean by gutter loss? This is the gutter right here. And as you can tell, the book does not lie flat when you open it up, and that creates the gutter loss. So the problematic thing with this is, look at like this panel right here. There's a word balloon right here in the gutter. Absolutely unreadable. Unreadable. Here's some more in here that maybe you could probably read if you got really close to it. So, I mean, yes, you can enjoy this book. You can enjoy the weekly strips of Star Trek. It's really out of whack compared to the TV series. Everyone's kind of out of character. They're doing really kind of bizarre stuff. But they're, again, the writers and artists kind of had to make things up because the show hadn't even started yet. So they didn't quite know what to do with what they were doing. But like I say, you have this gutter loss in some of these strips. Not all of them. Not all of them, but some of them. Is that a deal breaker for you? Let me know. I read some of the reviews on Amazon, and some people are just outraged and wish they hadn't have bought it. I don't feel that same way. I like the book. I like reading the weekly strips from England. I'm disappointed in the gutter loss, because like I said, there are a few strips where some of those word balloons can't be read, but it's not all of them. So I don't mind at all. It's not a deal breaker. I wanted to get these comics. I wanted to read them. I love genre stuff from England. Like I said, the Star Trek has its own British uniqueness. Jerry Anderson's products and programs. So this is all stuff that I enjoyed. Here we have, I get the page turned. Here we have some black and white. In issues 23 to 31 of TV 21 and Joe 90 Weekly, they printed these issues in black and white. It didn't return to color until issue number 32. So if you don't like black and white comics, keep in mind there are some in here, and you're going to have to deal with it. But then, like I said, it does go back to It does go back to color. I really like this paper stock. I don't know if they've done any restoration work on the artwork or not, or if it's just reprinted. I think it's just reprinted. Like I say, the artwork isn't that impressive. Here is a title issue this is from July of 1970, TV 21, because Jerry Anderson's shows were TV Century 21, and they had their own weekly comics that had adventures of, like I said, Thunderbirds, Captain Scarlet, Joe 90, and Star Trek. So you even had, for those who like Corgi cars and trucks and buses, they would have even have news on that. It's nice to have these strips in America. So I like them. Maybe the gutter loss is a deal breaker for you. What do you think of these? Do you like this volume? There are 2 more volumes available that I do have. If anyone is interested in me going over volumes 2 and 3, please let me know and I will happily do that. There really aren't any extras, any special features or anything in this book. It just... well, that's not exactly true. It's got this cover from TV 21, and it just says, "And missions continue in the next volume." So, here is also another couple of Star Trek books right here. This is Star Trek the newspaper comics. This is when the Star Trek the motion picture came out. I have these 2. If anyone is interested in me doing a review of those, of the newspaper strips, please let me know in the comments. But that's it. So let me know. Would you pick this up, or does it look too archaic? Is the gutter loss too much to bear? Let me know what you think. If you're a Star Trek fan, just be warned going into it. It's not really the Star Trek that you're used to, but it wasn't possible. I think it's cool. It's nice to be able to have these rare issues. And I like things from England. So for me, I'm glad I purchased this. Let me know what you think. And leave me some comments below. And thumbs up if you feel like it. And again, if you would like me to do more Star Trek, I'm happy to do that. I do have some more Star Trek books. So is that something that you want to see on this channel? Thank you for joining me, and take care. I'll see you next time.